And let us offer to each other a sign of Christ's love and Christ's peace. Now you may be thinking that I just skipped most of the Mass, right? Let us offer to each other a sign of Christ's love and Christ's peace. Now here's poor Mary, sitting by herself, and this is my nephew Luke. Stand up a second, Luke. Think about this for a moment. Here is poor Mary sitting by herself. What could strong, sophomore in high school Luke get up and do? Emphasis, get up and do. Now, did your hand fall off? No? Are you still alive? It actually works, right? And think about this for a moment. I think about this every week, right? Think about this. We are like trapped in our sections. Nobody ever said that you actually had to only do the people that are geographically next to you or comfortable or convenient. Think about this for a moment. Like, what would it take for you to get up? Do this. You go do this. Get up! See, they're not doing it for you either. Get up! And offer to each other a sign of Christ's love, Christ's peace. Go find your mama. How are you? You guys doing good? Good morning. Peace be with you. How do you hold? How do you feel? Good? Okay, that wasn't so painful, was it? That wasn't so painful, was it? Now you can grab a seat. Now the goal here is not to annoy you, right? And some of you are sitting thinking like, Carol, you're thinking this way, like, dear Mother of God, if we do this every Mass, Mass is going to be 1 minute and 20 seconds longer. But think about this for a moment. If we can't do this here, there is no chance for us to do that out there. Who is your neighbor? It's not just the person geographically next to you or the person that you're comfortable with. What Jesus is trying to do in the gospel, not only for the people of his time, but for all of us, is to stretch our thought, our hearts, our minds, our imagination, that you, I, we are neighbors. We are sisters and brothers. And we are called every day to stretch our minds, our hearts, with the compassion of Christ to every sister and brother, not just those who sit next to us or those that we're comfortable with or those who are in our section. And you got to understand the first reading from Deuteronomy, written over 3,000 years ago. What does Moses say? People, if only you would heed God and the laws and the statutes of God, which is really pretty simple, he says. It's clear. Love God and love. And if you would do that, how would things go? Much, 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 much better, amen? And sometimes we sit like almost powerless. We look at what's going on, like, what's going on in the world? What can I do? Moses said, if only people, you would heed the ways of God. It's clear for you. Love God, love your neighbor. And then he ends by saying, now go and do it. And if all of us would allow ourselves, better said, allow God to stretch our minds and our hearts, then we, in fact, in the name of God, by God's grace, could build a stronger community, a more loving, caring, compassionate country. So I'm not trying to annoy you, and it may add a minute to Mass. I'm teasing. No, I'm not, actually. It'll probably add a minute to Mass, right? But if we can't do this here, we have no chance of doing it there. And that's why Moses said, people, heed the way of God. Which means, love God, love your neighbor. Pray for that grace. Pray for that courage. Pray for that strength. Pray that you can be bold and brave in the ways of the Lord.